The hardest part is they have to get any of the medical cannabis to be sure they get it from where it's grown to the dispensaries where they sell it.
Missouri's medical marijuana industry is starting to come into focus as the state has awarded some licenses to businesses. Good evening, I'm Heather Lewis. David has the night off tonight. Our Jesse Inman is in the studio tonight to explain where we are in the process of getting the state program up and running. Jesse.
Well, Heather, so far we've learned about half of the equation here as far as business licenses go, including who will transport medical cannabis from its grow sites to the dispensaries. And I spoke to one of the only people to transport this medical marijuana once it starts up in the state.
There's not another transportation company within 70 miles, and there's only 3 within all of southwest Missouri.
When Missouri voters passed a medical marijuana amendment in November of 2018, Kevin Ellison knew he would make a push to become part of the state's industry. With a background in security and safe transportations, it was a natural fit, and his company, CST Transportation LLC, was awarded a transportation license on the 23rd.
There's a lot of regulations around keeping it secure, making sure that nobody hijacks the vehicle or basically robs the vehicle while it's en route, so that the cannabis that's being transported doesn't end up in the black market or somewhere where it's not supposed to be.
To meet those requirements, Ellison and his company made sure to check all the boxes.
Our main facility is in Walnut Grove, and so at that facility we have an actual 8x10 bank quality safe.
That's just in case they aren't able to complete a delivery and need to store product. But they bought and modified vehicles specifically for transporting medical cannabis.
There's about $20,000 in equipment that we had to add on to the vehicle.
What looks like an ordinary truck is complete with locked storage, cameras, motion detectors, and even a police-quality bumper to prevent people from getting to the product.
If somebody pulls up in front, you just push them out of the way.
Ellison knows there are dangers that come along with this line of work, but he feels like they're equipped to handle it.
It's illegal. It's a Class C felony to have a firearm in the vehicle where the cannabis is being transported, which means that the person that's inside has to be unarmed. So we'll have to have a vehicle, another vehicle that is traveling with them, that is basically their guard, watching them. But outside of that, I've been in the security industry for a number of years, and so it's part of it.
Now, also today we learned what businesses will be cultivating or growing that marijuana that will eventually be sold. Now, there were 60 of those awarded, and of the 60 cultivation licenses, a high number of them are in the Kansas City and St. Louis areas, with the rest scattered around the state. But here in southwest Missouri area, only 5 were approved, the closest ones to Springfield being in Cassville, Sunrise Beach, Lake of the Ozarks area, Joplin, Humansville, and Waynesville. Now, it's also interesting to note that all 12 of the cultivation applications from Springfield were denied, and the state has a tentative schedule that they plan to release for who will be getting licenses for the last 3 parts of this equation. We know the infused products manufacturers will be on January 10th, dispensaries on January 24th, and we'll know the seed-to-sale tracking businesses on January 31st.
Something we will continue to follow. Jesse, thank you.